Hello everybody! Welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel, and I am watching Fate Apocrypha. Things are getting intense in Fate Apocrypha. Characters are dying. Characters are coming back to life. We're having Saber against Saber. And I don't know. All the battles are crazy right now. But yeah, last time Frankenstein sacrificed herself to try and defeat Mordred with her Noble Phantasm, and it did not work. But what it did do was it brought Sieg, who got just brutally stabbed, back to life, which allowed him to talk to Siegfried inside him and allow Siegfried's body and power to possess him. It still seems like his mind in there. He now has all the powers of Siegfried. Is this just a one-time thing? Whatever the case, he's now fighting Mordred on equal footing. So pretty good. And still, all the while, all these other battles are happening. So I am very excited to see how they all go, because we're getting close. We're getting close to the halfway point of the season, which I think will probably mark the end of this battle. So we got 2 more episodes. And if you guys are excited to see me react to them, then you should subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss the next episode of Fate Apocrypha. Let's begin Eternal Radiance in 3, 2, 1, go. Now, there's John. Oh. Yeah, what happened to Spartacus? Oh. Here he is. God, why is he turning into a Resident Evil villain? Ew. Yeah, meanwhile, that's happening. 2 of them. Big ones. I was just saying the same for you. Promise? Okay. Also, did they change the spelling of Atalanta in the... Because I thought they spelled it Atalanta, but now it's Atalante, which is how I thought it was pronounced. Because I know, like, Greek has, like, the AE kind of sound together. So I am going to continue to call her Atalante. Ah, the Lancers, lancing it up. Oh my god. Both of them are so strong. That's right. Basically, I'm reading you right now. Oh boy, we're having some conversations about what a king is, huh? Oh boy. Ooh, damn. From inside him. Ooh. Damn. Uh-oh. That's a lot of those. What's the plan now? God. Burn them to cinders. God. I mean, he has, like, the powers of, like, a sun demigod, right? Is he? Why is he glowing? Is he gonna explode? Oh my god. This is disgusting. Well, I guess, this series is not foreign to body horror.
傷を力に変えるとはいえ、無尽蔵ではあるまい。
Yeah.
まさに。
Shakespeare is just like a huge Fate fan. He's just like, I mean, look at this shit, isn't it cool? Yeah, where is Shiro? Was he not in there? Okay. No, thank you. Come on, show us some skills. Oh, no. He's distracted. Okay. Show us skills another day, then. Ooh. City. We can't have him going that way. We're running out of time. Oh, watch out! Oh my god. Ooh. Well, please turn your attention on this thing. Yeah, that thing is not gonna be defeated that easily. What is his limit? Yeah, Jean is just like, I'm trying to keep things together. Yeah, heading towards that. It might be inevitable with the type of person he wants to become, though. Yeah, we gotta stop this thing before it kills a bunch of innocent people. I was gonna say, show us some skills. So show us what Jean can do. Oh boy. Oh, he's got a mouth laser. This is not Spartacus. Nope. Just light eternal. Oh my god. But she has insane magic resistance, as I've been told, so... You're welcome. I like how we saw... My god. So it mostly avoided the city. Jesus. Meanwhile, these two are still going. But I found it interesting that Chiron seemed to go back to his master because he cares about her, while everyone else just hid. Ow, my toe! Ooh. My god, these two. Okay. Oh, not now. Okay. The situation has changed. The castle. You're the land that you're supposed to be protecting. Oh god. Oh! It's a tornado. Tordano. Oh, are we gonna take the Holy Grail? Suck it up.
このような長きにわたり守り続けたユグドミレニアが追い詰められている。
What are you gonna do, Darnik?
この程度の苦境はこの100年いくらでもあった。ユグドミレニアが霊落を予言され、魔術師としての栄達を絶たれたあの日、国家も軍隊も利用し、時には協力者たちを使い捨てさえした。
We're getting a lot of information about
手に
Darnik.
入れた聖杯なのだ。渡すことなど決してできるものか。
Alright, we're taking it to the sky.
大聖杯だ。どうやら私も行かねばなりません。それからジーク君には後でたっぷりお説教がありますから。
Yes, Mom.
わかった。覚悟しておく。
Brace myself for it. I guess we're just gonna hang out. Estomo. Alright.
どうやら来たようだな。
Oh god.
赤のランサ
The squads.
先ほどは失礼した。
It's like we just fought, so I guess we continue it right now.
ー。今度こそ串刺しにしてくれるわ。
We get to see more what the Vichebron can do. He has to make Adam at some point in the series. It's like, they're not just gonna foreshadow it and not do it. Oh my god. Martial arts are so cool.
それとも助けが来るまで休憩とするか。俺は複数相手でも構わんぞ。
Yeah, well, he's not on his home turf anymore. So his spears are not as powerful. Oh boy. Oof.
貴様だけを世がドラクルの名にかけて撃ち滅ぼしてくれる。
Darnik is watching.
あそこは赤川の領域内だ。
Yeah.
勝てぬな。
Yeah. So, what is the plan? Oh god.
そなたは世にまつわるかの不遜かつ不愉快極まりない伝説を知っているな。
Dracula? Are we revealing that we have some sort of vampiric power?
世はそれが許せぬ。いたずらに一族の名を汚し、我が名誉ある生き様に影を落とすようなことを。家名を継続させるのは我らの誇り。ましてや卑劣な者たちに身勝手に傷つけられるのは許されざること。故に世が聖杯に託す望み。それはかの口に出すも汚らわしい伝説をこの世の歴史から抹消することだ。
Okay. Just like remove Dracula from the world?
あの宝具を世に使わせるの。
Okay, so he does have a vampire noble phantasm, huh? But it would win us this battle, maybe. What do you do, Darnik? Oh, man.
守るべきは我がユグドミレニアの存続であり、到達すべきは根源の渦。
Even if the cost is you.
切り札を切らせてもらうぞ。
Oh man, I can't wait to see that. I do find it so interesting that I really don't, because like our main, like Seek doesn't align with any side. I don't feel any like allegiance to either of them. I'm just like, I just get to watch some cool fights. All right then, everyone, that was Fate Apocrypha episode 11. In this episode, we got to see a lot of the other battles that have been happening, but we are moving to a new battlefield for these fights to be happening. We are moving up to the Hanging Gardens. So new locales. I do sometimes think and wish that like this show wasn't taking place like majority at night, but then I remember that like that's just kind of the vibe of Fate. Everything happens at night because the servants can be out and they can fight and a lot of people won't notice. Like pretty much every Fate series has most of the action take place at night. It does give the entire show like kind of an interesting mood. Like the entire series, like kind of an interesting mood. Also, just like other Nasuverse things also take place a lot at night. Like Tsukihime is literally about vampires. So, and and Garden of Sinners, I believe, also takes place a lot at night, at least based on all the art that I see of it. It makes sense why the company is Type Moon. The only reason that I've been thinking, like, man, I wish that there weren't as many scenes at night is because, you know, the way that I have to, like, dim it for YouTube, darker scenes are harder to see for you guys. That's just the main thing. But I think about that sometimes, even though it doesn't always matter. But, like, what it makes me notice when a show is taking place, like, mostly at night. So let's go over some of the battles that happened in this episode. Let's start first with Lancer versus Lancer. I don't know why I had to pause for that. Two Lancers, Vlad versus Karna. And Karna just continues to aura farm this entire show. But also, like, he backs it up. He's able to go head-to-head against Vlad on his home turf. But Vlad was definitely holding his own. I'm glad we get to see more of his skills and how tricky his spears can be. Karna's just, like, fire powers. So it's just, like, all consuming. And he seems to be able to do it a lot. It was mentioned by Vlad that, like, oh, this must take up a lot of magical energy, but he seems to be able to unleash these powers a lot. He also seems to have a lot of noble phantasms, which makes sense from what I understand about his legend. He's did a lot. Yeah, he's a threat. But I think he has some of the coolest action. So every time Karna's on screen, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be cool. Towards the end of the episode, we got to see them fighting again. Vlad was not standing a chance. So Darnik, who we also got to learn about, and I'll talk about him, is going to use a command spell to force Vlad to use one of his noble phantasms. And it's been on the back of my mind. Vlad is most famous to people, like, outside of Romania as the person who inspired the legend of Dracula, or the book of Dracula. I wonder how that is going to take shape as a noble phantasm. If Darnik is truly calling it a trump card, then I don't know. Is he gonna like bite Karna's neck and, like, have control over his body? Like, what is gonna happen? What kind of, like, vampire powers? Are we about to go full Helsing? Like, what are we doing? Will he become Alucard? Will he become Nosferatu? I do wonder what name he's gonna go by. Probably Dracula, since they said something similar in this episode, but I'm so excited to see that. Because, like, vampires is kind of like a new thing for me in this show. I know Nasu with Tsukihime got to start making vampire-related things. I do want to talk about this. Would you guys recommend at some point that I watch Tsukihime? What I really want to do is play Tsukihime. But the ways to play Tsukihime are kind of limited because, like, for a long time, the original game just never came out in English. From what I understand, there is a fan-made translation pack of the whole entire first game, so you can just play that. But now also Type Moon is releasing, like, a remake version, and then what was it? Something about blue glass. But that's on the Switch, and I'm like, I don't have a capture card, and also I believe that's only one, like, route of the game. When's the rest of it coming out? Anyway, enough talk about Tsukihime. I'm just thinking about vampires. But there is a TV show that I could watch, but I don't think it's a very good show. So if I'm going to get deeper into the Nasuverse, I will probably end up playing the game at some point, maybe on my streams when we finish Ace Attorney in 10,000 years. So I'm excited to just see vampire, like, some sort of vampire-related ability in this world. Otherwise, Spartacus was really becoming something. Where is he now? Because after he shot the laser, he kind of just disappeared. So I wonder, I don't think he's gone, but it seems like then his main ability is to absorb all this damage and then release it in a single attack, which luckily Ruler is able to just, like, tank, because Jean just has, as Ruler, has all that resistance to these magical abilities. And luckily her standing where she did allowed her to protect the town for the most part. They're gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, what is this new crater? The church is gonna be all like, gas leak, gas explosion, gas. And they're all like, oh, that makes sense. Like, yeah, it does make sense. Because that's... What else is the explanation that they ever use in this world? They could be like meteorite, burned up, split in two. I believe that. But yeah, I mean, that was a pretty crazy attack. It like almost vaporized the castle. But I guess it through all this chaos, no one noticed that the Hanging Gardens was right above, and they are just trying to take the Greater Grail. I mean, okay, you can't use it until you win, right? So, but I did like that bit speaking about the vampire thing, that Vlad is all like, I hate that. I'm a hero. I'm not a villain. But now everyone only remembers me as a villain. It's something that I kind of talked about, how like Vlad, they're portraying Vlad as pretty heroic in this, but like to the rest of the world, he's not really a hero. So I find that interesting how they're adapting that. He's just like, I hate it. So finally, I wanted to talk a little bit about Darnik. So Darnik gave us quite a bit of information about his motivations, about like what he's done so far. 80 years ago, when the fall of Yig the Millennia was foretold. First of all, foretold by who? Who's foretelling? I'm curious about that. Yeah, so he's been like in his 20s for a century, because he's been, as he says, he's been consuming souls in order to do the homunculus count? Has he been like consuming homunculus souls? I hope. I mean, Darnik's just like a gross man. Like he's like the end justifies any means. Like he really goes to any length. He's kept himself alive unnaturally long. We keep skipping over this, but he joined the Nazis. You know, we're not going to get into that. Okay, I won't if you won't. This is an interesting line. That day when distinction as a mage was cut off. What is he talking about? Is he talking about himself? Is he just saying like, that day when I learned that the Yig the Millennia family would fall, me being a mage didn't matter. I don't care how I was perceived. I would just make sure that it didn't happen. I joined the Holy Grail War in Fuyuki, which we saw. I used even nations and armies. Yeah, the Axis powers. Let's remember this. And he used and disposed of my allies. Yeah, the one saving grace is that he used the Nazis. He did not identify with them. It's just like, this would be the easiest resources to use. To extend my life, I consume souls. Nowadays, I do not know what I am anymore. You're just like a vessel for trying to keep the Yig the Millennia family alive. I truly don't think that if you get to the root, if no one has, I wonder if he could look back and be like, yeah, it was worth it, giving up my humanity, giving up my allies, sacrificing everything. That's the type of person he's become. He's sacrificed everything for his goal of getting to the root, to solidify the Yig the Millennia family as eternal. Him and Shiro are both like, these are the worst two people to get to the root. I assume it's not going to happen, because anyone that like tries this hard in Fate, it usually doesn't work out for them. But yeah, some interesting insight onto his character. But this episode had a lot of fights. I didn't even talk about the Saber v Saber. Seek was able to hold his own, but luckily managed to get out of there, and Mordred was told to return. That was that, and it seems like we're in store for even more battles in this fucking fortress next time. So, if you guys are excited to see my reaction to that, then you should subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss the next episode. And if you like my reactions to this episode, you can let me know by leaving a like, and feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about this episode. There is an interesting discussion to be had about Darnik's character from this episode, so I'm kind of interested to hear what you guys have to say. And with all that being said, I hope that I can make your day better. I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy. I got something in my eye!